Nice to meet you finally. I know that we spoke a little bit on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah.
Don from Muay Thai Blog, I want to get inside your head a little bit.
Yeah.
I know it was quite a tough fight to score. I've had a quick chat with other various members of the audience, and they said it could have gone either way.
I did feel it was close.
It was incredibly close. I watched it. I only caught the fourth and the fifth, and it was very close. Like you said in the previous interview, tit for tat.
Yeah.
I want to get your thoughts on it, on the whole fight. I want to get rounds 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to get a little bit inside your head and think, what was it? How was it for you?
It was hard. I've been training a certain way for the past 6 weeks. For Mike Eslick, obviously pulled out due to injury. I knew Shane was game being out in Thailand for the past 9 months.
Did anything change? So when Mike, I know through personal experience that, I've got to say, as a Muay Thai Blog place, I wanted you to fight Mike because I saw that picture of you both when you had your winter club together, and I was like, I really wanted to see you. Now 6 years down the line, you've both come so far. I really want that fight to happen somewhere down the line. I'd love to see it. Obviously we've got to rein it back in and say this is the fight that happened. But again, training. How was training? How was the whole process?
Training was good. I've been going over 12 hours with Panikos Youssef just to up my game in the clinch because I knew full well Mike and GFC. That's all they were going to do. Nothing he can do would have bothered me in any way, apart from coming and clinching me. And I felt I stood my ground today in the clinch, so I've improved a lot in the clinch. I didn't get bullied. But yeah, it just changes things. You watch how a fighter fights. I was studying how Mike fought. I've known him since he started. Like you said, that club was his first ever in a club. I've watched him go from a boy to a man. So I knew what I had to do. With Shane, he's different to what he was when he last fought over here. He did very well on moving out of the way of what I was throwing, but I felt like his kicks had no effect whatsoever. He did kick me quite a bit in the first few rounds, but they were just bouncing off me. Or when he did kick, I was kicking underneath or moving and kicking him back. Like I said, it was tit for tat, but I thought I was the stronger at the end. After round 4 and 5, I felt I'd done enough to win. And even for the crowd to watch, as you can see, like with the body language, I raised my arms, he was down in his corner. He was being sick. So I don't know. Never leave it to the judges, because I don't think the judges know how to score themselves, to be honest with you.
And that's a difficult one to score. I know exactly what you mean, and I saw your beef on Facebook yesterday about some beef that kind of went on and people don't know what they're talking about and all that sort of thing. And I want to ask you a little bit about Facebook as a Muay Thai Blog kind of thing. And I know that you like controversy. I don't know whether you like personally.
I say what I think and what other people think that haven't got the balls to say it. That's the way I see it. Is a lot of them will complain that they don't get paid enough and things like that, but I'll say it. I like to be one of those people. If I've got a problem, I'll tell you. So I'm straight up. What you see is what you get. There's a lot on Facebook where people hide behind things and they'll say one thing and they'll do totally different, or they don't want to swear, but they'll stir things up.
No, you can swear.
They'll stir things up and they'll write like coded messages that only a certain people will know. If you've got something to say it. Don't be afraid to say what you're saying, because it's just annoying.
Do you enjoy it all though?
It is
a little bit. It fires people up, doesn't it?
I mean, a lot of the time I'll think, right, what'll be funny? So I'll stick it on, and I'm in work all day, so I don't even read them.
And then people just explode, and there's 50 odd comments by the time
for people to discuss. The more the people discuss,
gets the spot known as well, doesn't it?
The more opinions you'll get off people. So
of course it is.
It's like with shows like this, if you stick something out there and there's 20 people saying do one thing and only 3 saying do the other, you go with the 20 people, don't you?
Of course.
So it just it gives you the general idea what people are thinking.
And I know that you've said that there's a transition on the cards.
It's being done.
Is it? Many people don't want to see it. Me personally, I'd like to see you fight Thai a couple more times.
Why do you not want to see it?
Because I'd like to see you fight Thai a few more times. This is from personal experience.
It doesn't suit me. If they say, like, I know with the scoring as well as when you're throwing kicks, it's your balance. My balance is being off balance. So
because you are quite unorthodox, aren't you?
If I throw a kick and I'm over here and I'm not balanced, I'm balanced. That's the way I fight. So if I went into MMA and I'm stood up with someone, most of the time it's not going to.
So
the
how is your
scorecards.
ground game?
It's not too bad. I'm training with Andy Aspinall
Right.
from Liverpool. There's some fights on Bama, Tom Aspinall, heavyweight. And I'm planning on doing training at All Powers with Brendan and Kane and things like that. So
Right.
I've been doing it for 6 months now, and I'm not the best, but I'm getting there.
Well,
slowly.
you've got it.
Yeah.
Striking. Obviously, Muay Thai is a big, massive part of striking in MMA,
Yeah.
and I think that's how the sport is getting the recognition that it deserves. Right? I think MMA has a massive part, but wrapping it up, I know that obviously you're moving over and stuff, but is there any sponsors? I know that people have done quite a lot for you in the sport, and obviously your name's massive within the sport, I'd say so anyway. So is there any people that you'd like to thank, any sponsors, any family, friends?
Sandy supported me for the past few years. That's gone off the ball a bit now when obviously the main event, Tanko took over the main event. I'm not sponsored by anyone at the moment, to be honest with you. Just doing my own thing. I get a lot of help from Des Morris, Phil Shedden. Been over at All Powers, and I'm sure Tanko are there if I need anything. You know, if I get them a shot, they're there to give me a hand, back me up. But anyone who's wanting to sponsor me in the future in MMA, yeah, give me a shout.
Incredible.
It helps.
Best
I've got
of
two
luck.
kids.
Thank you, Andy. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Thank you. All the best.
Yeah.
Bye bye.